Good morning, everybody. It's something dangling from my hat there. It's a beautiful morning, my commute to work, and I thought, what am I going to talk about today? What am I going to talk about? And it appeared to me as I was driving that I have, over the years, I have accumulated probably hundreds of thousands, if not millions of miles of travel. I never documented it, but I've been a tour guide, as you know. I was a travel guide for 20 plus years, and I've crisscrossed this North America and around the globe by vehicle. So I have a commercial license, and so you know, now kind of back into the daily grind of commuting with everybody else. I couldn't help but not noticing certain particular driving styles. Now, I know a lot of you live in different areas, right? You may commute by bike. You may commute from your bedroom to your downstairs office. You may commute in LA where you're bumper to bumper, or you may be hailing a taxi or an Uber or whatever. So this is just in my particular circumstance, and if it applies to you, great. If it doesn't, well, maybe you can move it forward to when you are in this situation. But I noticed that a lot of people drive on the way to work. They're in a hurry, right? And they don't give themselves enough time to get to work. Here I am. I have 15 minutes before I need to be at work. And that might be more luxury time than anyone could imagine. Usually people are just getting right to work, right? They just clock in, or they get right to their desk, and they've got all their food and coffee in one hand, and they're maybe even sweating and all that effort. I mean, give yourself some more time in the morning, right? Build it in, and give yourself time to relax on your drive. Your drive can be a classroom. You could learn a language by using that half hour a day to work, right? You could read a book. Oh, I never have time to read a book. Well, you could listen to an audio book. I have enough time to catch up with friends. Maybe you could look online and see if there's people around the globe. There's probably, I don't know, I've never looked into it, but a website that connects you, like pen pals. Remember back in the day? But maybe there's pen pals where you could talk to people on the phone safely, right? Earbuds or whatever, Bluetooth to your speakers, to people across the globe, and you create a friendship, and then you go visit them, or they come and visit you. But what I'm getting at, what I noticed with the driving pattern this particular day, it's been busier than normal, is that people drive like they're in a NASCAR race. Now, I don't know the terminologies of NASCAR. I don't know how people, like, what that, but it's like, where you see them all, like, where there's just maybe a foot or two from rear bumper to the front bumper, right? They're just literally, they're almost like a centipede, and they're caterpillar, and they're just all moving together. Those are professional drivers. We are not. Now, you might think you are. You mean a movie or something like Talladega Nights. If you're not first, you're last. But think of, like, all that's happening. They say, driving is more dangerous than flying and other types of travel. But if let's say I'm driving in front of you, and whatever, something happens, my coffee spills, holy cow, that's going to cause a chain reaction, right? And not only do the cars in front of me, they'll probably move on, but the cars behind me, the cars to the right of me, cars, I go off into the ditch. Like, there's so many possibilities. The truckers watching TV, the person in front of you has a crying baby, or just gets news on their phone about something that they, or their car malfunctions, their brakes don't work. I mean, there's so much in play when you are driving that close to each other. And plus, I saw taillights, brake lights. They'd get so close, and then something up maybe 5-10 cars ahead of them, they'd react, and you'd see the chain of red lights, and then they'd speed back up. And I mean, they were all going above the speed limit, 10-20 miles per hour over the speed limit. So everything faster and faster. So if something goes down, it's going to go down really bad. And it's going to cause a lot of impact on everyone around them. So give yourself some time. I was just cruising in the right lane. Occasionally I would pass in the left, but I would just cruise, and I noticed around me I had a nice buffer. I had a nice at least 100 yards in front of me and 100 yards behind me, or sometimes they tail me, and then I just move to kind of let them go around or whatever. But give yourself a nice bumper if you can. Now, I know I've lived in other places where that just isn't possible. That you are just like, you're in a like 20 people in an elevator, and you just have to kind of move along, and that's stressful. But when you have the luxury like these people do, how stressful is that to start your day when you think you're like trying to qualify for NASCAR and drive so close to each other, when in fact I watched them and they were only maybe, a half a mile ahead of me. Like, I could still see them easily, and they probably would arrive at the office maybe 1 minute before I did, or 2 minutes before I did. All of that effort, all of that protection, and like, oh gosh, stop. Oh, okay, let's go. Stop. Oh, I'm not letting you in. No way. Mine. You're jockeying this position, right? And here I am, just like learning a language, listening to a book, playing some music, thinking about how grateful I am, how thankful and blessed I am, thinking about the beautiful weather, like enjoying the season. The leaves are changing, right? The sky is blue. I'm enjoying that I can put my windows down and still do that before winter comes in. Like, how different to just leave 15 minutes earlier than your normal schedule, to have a little bit more of a moment to breathe and enjoy life. If you can do that, I encourage you to try it out and see how it goes. All right. Take care. Love you guys. If you enjoyed this video, share it. If you enjoyed this video, give a thumbs up, as they say. And it really helps me out. And I'm on my way to work now. Okay.